Danny Boyle has come to be known as one of the most creative, versatile, and successful British directors of all time. He has come to be known for his unique, quirky, and stylistic elements to a mixed filmography. But his signature stamp on all his films is the way in which he uses music to simulate euphoria. Boyle has often spoken of his passion for music and the important role it plays in his films, some of which are responsible for the most iconic and famous cult moments in cinema. His earliest critics argued his films were too much like MTV, like pop videos stitched together, but Boyle takes this feedback as a compliment and has expressed pride in that observation. He has spoken of there being a visual dynamic to every song, a way which keeps the narrative moving forward. He has come to be known for what he calls his Hollywood endings, a story which sees a character triumph and overcome what initially appears to be insurmountable odds. And using this narrative structure and unapologetically amplified conclusions, music plays a crucial part in allowing the audience to experience this visceral exhilaration. Perhaps none of his films have such a close relationship with music than Trainspotting. Boyle's 1996 cult drama about the seedy underworld of the Edinburgh heroin scene has become synonymous with Iggy Pop's Lust for Life, which opens the film with an explosive chase scene and iconic monologue. The fast-paced track undoubtedly makes the scene what it is, and just wouldn't be as iconic with a different song. However, it is the final song of the film which really plays into the theme of Boyle using music to create a climactic moment which transfixes the viewer. The ending of Trainspotting sees Renton take off with the money from his friends with the optimistic intention of leaving heroin behind and moving on to a normal life. Underworld's Born Slippy begins to play, creating the sense that the end is nearing. The momentum of the song progresses as the scene does, and gradually builds up to the climax as the drum beat grows more dynamic. The feeling of something big coming is undeniable. The optimism during Renton's end monologue is overwhelming. The electronic dance music alludes to feelings which could have been created artificially through drugs and alcohol in Renton's old life. But it's an important choice of music, as Renton discovers the same high can be found at the prospect of an ordinary life. Born Slippy in this moment is nothing short of intoxicating, and undeniably the most crucial element to the scene, making it an iconic moment in British film history. Boyle's 2010 release, 127 Hours, features one of the most euphoric moments in cinema and relies almost entirely on Danny Boyle's choice of music. The film's final scenes sees rock climber Aaron Ralston, played by James Franco, finally free his trapped arm from between a boulder and a rock face by cutting himself away with a blunt penknife. In a film where the plot revolves almost entirely around the desperate hope that he will eventually get free, in the moments after he finally does, Boyle completely immerses the audience in Ralston's absolutely joyous and euphoric appreciation for life. Sigur Ros's festival plays as he stumbles out of the canyon area looking desperately for salvation. The moment the hiking family sees him and he is one step closer to safety, the song reaches what would be called the drop in electronic music. It becomes more jubilant and life-affirming. The moment in which music gives you chills is actually due to your brain predicting that climactic moment in a song when you know it is coming but continues to tease and build anticipation. When it finally hits that sweet spot, the dopamine is released and you get the chills. Sigur Ros's Festival is a textbook example of a song which teases that moment and extends the build-up. Paired with the long-anticipated moment of freedom in 127 Hours, there is no doubt that Boyle wanted to bring the audience as close to Aaron Ralston's euphoria as possible. In fact, it's so effective that Boyle actually uses the moment twice, rewinding the song so the same moment in the music is reached and the same effect is created when the helicopter approaches and his safety is guaranteed. Boyle's 2013 film Trance also features a characteristically Danny Boyle ending, with a song that has in some ways become more memorable than the scene itself. In the final moments of the psychological thriller, Elizabeth, played by Rosario Dawson, explains to Frank, Vincent Cassel, how she has ended up with the painting which he had intended to sell before the heist went wrong. Emily Sandé's Here It Comes plays, creating a sense of enlightenment, revelation, and affection between Frank and Elizabeth. It provides a sense of closure in an otherwise chaotic narrative, and though it doesn't quite reach the same euphoric levels in some of Boyle's other films, the music is just as powerful in conjuring up emotions and tying up loose ends in the narrative. Boyle's 2000 cult film The Beach features a carefully collated soundtrack of songs which all work to really enhance the experience of a beach paradise. One of the most iconic tracks in the film is Moby's Porcelain, which plays during the moment when Richard, Leonardo DiCaprio, finally lays eyes on the famed beach for the first time. The soundtrack is incredibly powerful in this moment, effectively narrating an otherwise dialogue-free scene, and acts to do justice in showing a near-perfect utopia when words are not enough. The feelings of wonderment and awe are palpable in this moment, with viewers effectively sharing Richard's experience of seeing the beach for the first time. Fans of the film will speak to the chilling power of this song at this moment. Perhaps the most uplifting final scene of any Danny Boyle film is the Bollywood dance at the end of Slumdog Millionaire. Though at first the scene appears to be quite out of place in contrast with the style of the rest of the film, the scene serves as a joyous celebration of life and love, a nod to the dance scenes found in Bollywood romance films. Translations of A.R. Rahman's song Jai Ho vary between Hail, Hallelujah and Victory to Thee, all celebrating a life-affirming message. Protagonist Jamal has lived a difficult and uncertain life, and now he finally reunites with his childhood love and sees a brighter future for himself. The high note reached in this song, paired with the alternating scenes of younger and older Jamal and Latika dancing together, is enough to bring on those chills all over again. Boyle does not shy away from an all-out celebration for a story which deserves one, especially one as uplifting and life-affirming as this. In a talk with BAFTA in 2013, Boyle spoke about how realism is easy to admire and difficult to love. With his bold and brave music choices, he allows his films to move beyond realism and makes viewers connect to his films on a deeper level. True quality will jump out at you. It does not require thought or analysis. It comes from instinct, and music can be the single most powerful aspect of a film which penetrates deep into the psyche and can replicate euphoria for just a perfect moment. It can leave something lingering with you long after a film finishes. As they say, you watch a good film, but you feel a great one. Music lets you feel, and Danny Boyle knows this and uses it to his full advantage. Cinema has always been the greatest form of escape from a mundane, challenging and uncertain existence, but combined with the right music, it becomes powerful beyond measure. Why would we want anything other than a Hollywood ending?